Does it ever cross your mind when you come up here that a lot of people don't even know, like people that come through here don't even know what happened up here?
Well, I hope they don't know, actually. You know, because I've never wanted anybody to go and desecrate the site.
Oh, right.
But I've been up here. There's a restaurant up at the top of the pass. I sat there, was having coffee one day, and two people came by and said, "Aren't you that guy? Aren't you that doctor?" And so people do know. I mean, I know that people know. After we did Otro Arroyo, that show came out, when it first came out, we couldn't basically go anywhere without getting recognized. On the day I was up here, I drove from here down about a mile.
Okay.
And parked. There's a big cutout like this in the road, and I was able to just pull off and park, and that was the normal place that I was go,
right.
You know, and park, get the dog out, and start walking. And we just started walking down, and we'd been walking for about a good hour, when she took off running and barking, and you know, and I didn't think much of that because that happened all the time. That was pretty normal. You know, chasing squirrels and raccoons and whatever, but it was different that day. It was definitely different. And you know, it's hard to be here. It's hard. It's emotional. Not only because of Susie, but just knowing that it changed my whole life that day. Everything is different. This is exactly where I had to drive back from. You know, when I had the body in the back of the Jeep, and, you know, I had to drive home. And I drove along here, and then I turned off at the first exit up here to go to the ranger station, where I knew there was a ranger station. But, you know, there was nobody there. So I just got back in, you know, sick as I was, drove home as fast as I could, stopping along the way to curl up.
Think you could roll the window up? Suppress some of the noise. How far from the ranger station?
We're about 10 miles from the ranger station. But it was the first place I knew where there might be somebody. You know, it was about, I think it was about 5:30 or so, 5:45 at that time. And in October, it starts to get, you know, that's starting to get dark. During the winter, it gets dark pretty early. That's what I was worried about. I was worried about being caught out in the middle of nowhere, being as sick as I was, and not being able to get back to my Jeep. So, fear let me out of there just as much as fear kept me there. It's very surreal to come back up here and be in this place. This place that, you know, one day my life was one way and the next day it was all upside down. You know, and everything changed. I mean, everything literally changed overnight. You know, within days I had no job, I had no credibility, I had lost friends and family, and my house had been ransacked. For what? Because I found something unique. It just shouldn't happen. People shouldn't be put through this kind of trauma.
we got to talk more about some of the stories that you come across with people going through similar things, you know?
Oh, hey, thousands of people all over the world have had contact. Some a lot more traumatic than mine. You know, it's just that they were smart enough not to come forward. You know, in a lot of ways, I wish I had have remained silent. You know, because maybe my life would have been much better off. I'm glad that I have the knowledge that I have now, that I know that this exists, and that I can put some kind of understanding to a lot of people's misunderstanding of what it's really about. But people need to open their minds. They need to be more receptive to what the importance of this is and why it's going on, and that we're not alone, and we haven't been for a long time, and we're part of them. We are part of the circle of life. You know, we're just lower down on the food chain, a lot less intelligent. Maybe we don't have a right to have the full menu of knowledge that they do. Maybe we haven't earned that right yet in evolution. I mean, there's a lot of speculation as to why we only know so little. But more and more people are gaining information all around the world, and we're compiling that together. We're trying to create a database of ideas, speculation, and language, what we've been told as contactees. And my hope is that we continue to do that and support the people who have had contact. They are the ones who are the true evidence that this is going on. I don't care whether somebody's got photographs or an artifact or a body. If you've seen and had physical contact, you know that it's real. You know that it has changed your whole paradigm of life, and that nothing will be the same again. It's incredible. And it's very disturbing at the same time. It's not something that I take lightly at all. It's taken me, 13 years to even be able to talk about it openly like this. And I'm still paranoid, and I'm still afraid of many things. But I think I'm angry at the same time. I'm angry at humanity for not embracing people who have come forward, who have tried to say, look, we need to wake up to this reality. But instead we shun them away. We call them, crazy or insane, and we try to make them out to be lunatics. They are the evidence. They are the living, breathing evidence that this is not just a phenomena, but a reality. And I think in 1996, when this happened to me the first time, I was asleep like so many other people. I was not aware or even conscious that this could be a reality. And now, in May of 2009, not only do I know it's a reality, but I know that it's a permanent fixture in all of our psyche. I mean, we are being told and shown